Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be telling you all about my journey for finding a new horse. And these horses here were definitely one of my favorites, even though none of them were broken in and none of them had ever been ridden before, but some of them had gone to leading shows, so that was good. So they have been floated and everything. And as you can see, they were very interested in my hat because it was a very, very hot day then. I had to go look for a hat. And this one was definitely one of my favorites. She was just so cuddly, and she was just, these horses were the nicest ponies, but they just weren't the right horses for me. And this horse here, her name was Ellie. She was a 14-hand horse. She was a paint. I loved her, except she had a foal a few months earlier than I rode her. So I would have, if I did choose to get her, I would have had to get her in March 2020, and we started looking at her in about December. So that was a long time for me to wait. But she was really, really good, and she was so nice to ride, and she was so quiet for having a foal just a few months earlier. She had a foal about 4 to 5 months earlier, and she was just so calm. She was the nicest horse, one of the nicest horses I have ever met, and I love her. And this one here, his name was Nibbles. He was a Haflinger. I loved him. He was around 13 to 13.2 hands high. He was definitely more on the chubby side, but he was still an amazing pony to ride, even though he was really, really strong. Since just before we rode him, he hadn't been ridden that much. And he also likes to take over. So say if there's another horse in your yard, he will like to just take over, and say if there's food, he'll run after it first. And yeah, he was a very strong pony, but I still loved him. He was so amazing to ride, but he was just not the right horse for me.
Turn him out that way.
And the next pony that I viewed was a 12-hand 7-year-old, and his name was Red. He was definitely an amazing pony, except he was on the smaller side, but I still loved him. And the last pony that I viewed is, if you guys have watched one of my videos before, you can probably tell this is the one I got. So if you guys don't know already, this is Jack. He is a 16-year-old riding pony. So the reason I got him was just because he was so nice and an amazing rhythm, and he was just so amazing to hang around with, and he was so calm whenever I hopped on him. And even though he's 16, he still has a lot of energy in him, which I really like, because I really like horses that can do things like cantering a lot. And I love him because he's just got so much potential and an amazing personality. And he was just an amazing pony. I couldn't have asked for anything more. And I loved his colour too. Comment down below if you guys like blacks, because I absolutely love them. because I never thought
rugs,
I'd
the
get
mesh
one,
zebra.
because to
I
me
put
they're
that on him.
quite rare for like a pony
Yeah.
for his age and
He
his
uses a
height
summer rug.
and
He does have a
everything
winter
for
rug,
being
but
a
kids get a
pony.
bit lazy sometimes. They are.
But he was just an
unrugged.
amazing pony.
And
I
then
know
they're
I've said it
rugged.
about
I
3
just
times, but
find
I
if they're rugged,
really
it's
mean
not
it.
as much brushing.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
suppose I'm lazy. God, take a rug off, little brush. Probably not. I know, like these ones will, but Tez not like at that level to us for Canna from Walk.